Thank you for sitting down with me here for Top Tier World Cup edition. I'm going to start off with your top tier World Cup memory growing up.
It's very tough, but I think it would have to be Italia 90. I think when England comes so close, and just remember as a boy watching those memories of Paul Gascoigne, Gary Lineker and those type of players playing. So that was my first real kind of top tier memory of a World Cup.
What's your top tier World Cup as a player then?
This is difficult. I mean, it would have to be Germany for me, 2006. I think that was our best opportunity to go and win it. When I look at our squad that we had an incredible squad, incredible players that were right at the very top at the time, and even in that year, the year after I won the PFA, we had players winning some big awards around the world, and again regarded as champions, the Premier League being the best, and teams going very far in those Champions League stages as well. That's kind of my best memory, best and worst memory really, because we obviously didn't achieve what we should have achieved. Obviously Rooney got sent off and we ended up losing to Portugal on penalties again, which was a bit of a sad moment, but it's probably the one competition I look at and go, we could have achieved so much more.
Top tier World Cup player of all time?
Oh. Wow.
Big one.
That's a big question. Again, way before my time, but it has to be Pelé, I think. He played in so many.
3 World Cups.
Yeah, 3 World Cups, yeah, which is incredible.
Undisputed.
Undisputed. It's not bad, is it?
Honestly, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Now the England players go into this winter's World Cup. What will their mindset be? What will be going through their heads as they step foot on that pitch for the first game?
Well, I think straight away the outset is can we get through the group? I don't think you can go into a World Cup and go, oh, we want to win it, or can we win it? I think the first hurdle is to get out of the group. So regardless of the group, now quite clearly we should get through the group stages. But at times over the years it proved difficult. I think the national sides now, whoever you come up against, are very well organised, good, well drilled from managers, and got some very good players. So it will still be tough, but I think that's got to be your first mindset of getting out of the group. Keeping everyone fit along that way, and can you dip in and can everyone get a bit of game time as well along the way, which is perfect. And then you kind of need a little bit of luck along the way as well. Like I say, I look back at Germany and go, we didn't have the luck. Rooney gets sent off. We had a couple of injuries in previous ones. Along the way, you definitely need some luck. But I do look at this competition of going. I remember in Germany it was like 36 degrees when we were playing. It was boiling hot. It was horrible. You know, everyone was dehydrated. This is probably the first one where, from a weather point of view, it's going to suit us as a nation, which is probably one of the first in, probably 20, 30 years. I don't know, probably longer than that. But I think it's a good opportunity. It's going to be some night games as well. So I think everything going into it is kind of lending itself to England doing well. And I think, like I say, I think you have that mindset of going, right, get over the first hurdle, get out of the group, and then see how we go from there. I think that's got to be the mindset.
Mentally, are the preparations different going into a World Cup season from when you played yourself? Did you approach the season a bit differently, knowing that the World Cup was the end of the season? No,
absolutely not. I was wholehearted, everything, and that was my mindset. I've known players and played with players that were kind of, pulled out of games and looked after themselves a little bit, or pulled out of tackles. But every individual's different, aren't they? I mean, we're seeing at the moment players dropping and getting injuries that are going to, they're effectively going to miss the World Cup now. So it's a big thing to miss out on, obviously, understandably. But I think you just have to go into it. The minute you start thinking of, I might get injured in this game, or I'll pull out of this tackle, that's when you actually do get injured. So play your normal game and let everything take its course, really.
Yeah, I believe you. When I saw you play, I believe that statement. Top tier England teammate?
I'd have to choose Rooney. I think what he done in the Euros and in World Cups at such a young age was incredible. And I've just seen a player and seen him grow up and played against him, and he's just fearless. And when there is big pressure and there is big pressure on the players in those tournaments, whatever way you look at it, I've felt it a little bit. He's the one that will go, you know what, give me the ball. If you're in trouble, just give me the ball. And he's the only player that I've known openly kind of say that to a group of older players, more older and more experienced than him. when I've seen players with an older generation feel that a little bit. He was young and he wanted the ball at all times and made us older players feel comfortable giving him the ball. So he would be the first name on my list for sure in any competition.
Top tier England kit. Now I know you were sporting the Umbro while you were playing, not quite the Nike. I think that's about when you were retired from international football, 2012.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone that sticks to mind?
There've been some bad ones, I think, over the years. Again, it would probably be Italian 90, I think. That kind of had like a little shine to it as well. It had like little blue sleeve, it was quite tight. The shorts were quite high. It's quite iconic, so I'd probably go for that one.
Fair enough. Top tier England game to relive.
If I could play one game again, it would probably be my first again as captain. If I could just relive or replay that would be amazing. It's just a fantastic achievement. I mean, you set targets as a young kid to become Chelsea captain and play for your country, but you know, captaining your country is the ultimate. And I managed to do that. So, if I got one more opportunity to do that, that would be the one.
I know you're a man of habits, of pre-game rituals. I was wondering what's the top tier pre-game ritual?
It's quite bizarre, but well, for Chelsea in England, they were different. So at the home games at Wembley Stadium, there was kind of a urinal that was to the left of the 5 urinals, and I always had to go to the one on the left.
Okay.
At Chelsea, there were 3, and I always went to the one on the right. At Chelsea, they'd become quite bad because I was doing it, Frank was doing it, Aspilicueta was doing it, and there was a big queue for it, and the referee's blowing his whistle to get us out in the tunnel, but because we would only go in that one, we would get fined a lot of the time at Chelsea because the players were late, etc. But we just had that ritual of doing that. And England was the same for me. It was always the urinal on the left. So I just felt, if I'd done that, I felt like everything was ticked and I was good. It's strange, isn't it? You know, I had many more, but that was probably the one. And it was just before the game as well that I'd always go.
We'll just be seeing a long line on the left side of every pub's urinal then to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Last one, top tier boots.
Would have to be Nike.
Yeah.
I felt throughout my career Nike were the best boots and most comfortable.
Any specific ones?
Any kind of tempo, really. I just felt quicker in white boots. When I used to wear this Copa Mondial, and I used to look down and it like used to look like my feet were moving really slow. They probably were, but when I had the Nikes on, I felt like I was really fast. So it definitely helped. But again, it's like all of those bits just help mentally to put you in a space of going, everything's okay, I can go and get on with my game now.